Hey Libra, this is a reading, general reading for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hope you're doing well. Keeping safe. The Seven of Wands at centre of your spread, Page of Cups. So you're minding your own here. By the look of it, Libra, Eight of Wands. Yeah, your fire energy, creative energy here. I'm wondering if you're taking time to get your own personal space, get enough personal space so that you can pursue your goals. Now, you might be having help. It might be a case of you just about to receive some help from somewhere, and this could be linked to your work, your current projects, the things that are making you feel motivated. Now this could be help at work, Devil. This could be Capricorn energy, that you're discovering, more, perhaps meeting more of your soul type, people wanting to come in to assist you with what it is you're doing. And these, this help, maybe, more, you're attracting more love into your life here, manifesting that, some help, some, loving kindness, and individuals who maybe looking at your success and wanting to be a part of that. Now you might need to have been watching your finances recently, Libra, in your recent past, perhaps focusing on that. You need to have watched your spending, and you might have become aware that there's a need for you to look at that and how you are and how you're receiving, perhaps also exchange. Are you receiving enough reward for the things you're doing? Is there enough money coming in? What are your overheads looking like? Are there things you can cut back on? Are there ways of you being a little bit more discerning about your expenditure? In your recent past you could have been really focusing on your ingoings, your outgoings. Look at where you can make some savings, where you can be more careful. Perhaps you've been putting a lot of time and energy into your family as well, or even your family are offering some kind of support or help, kind of out of the blue with the Page of Cups here, and the Six of Pentacles. It's sort of perhaps, sudden, as you're noticing that suddenly, there's support, and perhaps you're able to be more supportive of others because you're getting the support that you need, or this is about to come in for you. But watch, because you have the Devil here, Capricorn energy, addictions, watch who and why might, the people who clearly wanting to help you at the moment, be careful about people with motives, or you getting yourself entangled into something contractually that you can't, be difficult for you to get out. Read the small print is what's coming to me at the moment. Read the small print. Don't readily take offers. Do some considering before doing that. And there could have been also, Libra, something toxic within the workplace that could have, put you, could have caused you some financial loss even, you know, within the workplace. Perhaps you've been overlooked, you know, for like pay rise, or you've been overlooked for the, you know, the amount that you've been putting into any given situation, and you might need to be looking again at, you know, your time versus, you know, money, and you might be in a position where there are other people around you, Libra, who are wanting to see you do better and are wanting to help you, you know, realise your dreams, your ambitions. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. Help you perhaps even with your communication, help you with, or you could be developing much better communication when it comes to work situations, when it comes to dealing with family, friends, learning to be perhaps more diplomatic, which is, Libra, one of your strengths anyway, and it could be that you need to sort of work on your diplomacy here. Now that can be reversed. It could be that in the workplace there are individuals around you who are not being particularly diplomatic, or you could have had, you know, some kind of difficulty here. The Hierophant, you know, you're looking to take it slowly, whatever it is you're doing, and not to be perturbed or to be dissuaded from, you know, reaching your highest potential here in the Hierophant. You know, understanding that life is a journey, not a destination. And if you have to take more time, Libra, in making some decisions here, or take your time in perhaps even considering leaving something that's toxic, then it might be worth considering also whatever decisions you're making at the moment, are they for your highest good? Because Knight of Wands energy is about you, you know, dancing to the beat of your own drum. It's about you taking initiative. It's about you making decisions, and, you know, where you might be feeling conflicted. Five of Pentacles, maybe left out of a situation, or not given the full information, or perhaps something has ended for you recently where you're feeling a little bit excluded, or you've been feeling a sense of exclusion. And this could be linked to the work situation where someone isn't being honest with you, or there's been a situation that's making you feel that you have to move out of the way, you know, out of maybe a negative energy, and, you know, feeling at a bit of a loss about it. But you have Ace of Cups, so in whichever way you're feeling at the moment, Libra, which could be that you're feeling a bit maybe pushed out, a situation that this situation that you might be closing, or this cycle that you might be ending, could actually be, you know, a blessing in disguise, because you have the Ace of Cups, and it will probably encourage you to sort of get back into your heart space, to see things, you know, with much more compassion than you might have done before. You know, realizing that, you know, in the case of any conflict that you might have recently experienced, it's not for you to take it on board. It's, you know, it's for you to step away, and perhaps that's what you've been doing, is stepping away from anything that's, you know, toxic, vexatious energy, you know, aggression, conflict. You know, you're focused more on your healing, on your inner peace, on your dreams, goals, ambitions. And so it could be a case of like a bit of a reshuffle, here, that you're letting some things, people, places, things go, which is, where you've never felt fully included, for example, with the Five of Pentacles. So you're going to, find a situation or develop something else for yourself where you feel that, your heart is in it. Perhaps you've been in a situation where your heart hasn't been in it. This is a general reading, so this could apply to a work situation, romantic situation, family situation. Perhaps you had felt, a bit excluded, and so, you're needing to, and this could have been just because your heart wasn't in what it was you were doing. So effectively, it's opening up more channels for you to do things that you really enjoy. Now, you could have easily just left a work situation or a romantic situation that was not fulfilling, was toxic, was not bringing you a great deal of peace. And so, having the Seven of Wands and the Page of Cups is a central issue here. It seems that you've drawn yourself, pulled yourself back, into your own energy to focus on your own goals, with help, almost anticipating but not sort of banking on it kind of help that could be, coming out of the blue. It could be somebody who's come to help you, manage your finances or manage your career or help you move your career a bit, forwards. Or to help you unlock even some, some talents or hidden talents you didn't know you had. You could be literally ending karmic cycles and, beginning new ventures. This could be linked to communication, of course, 8 of Wands here. New ventures that actually make you feel happier, because perhaps you're discovering things about yourself and also you're deciding, for example, well, I'm not going to participate in A, B, C, or this job, or this, relationship, or this, family situation, however it resonates, unless my heart isn't in it. It's kind of like, Libra, you're saying, well, I'm not doing anything. It's unless I have enthusiasm about it, because Five of Pentacles, left out of God, it can also signify lack of enthusiasm about something, people, place, thing. And so you might have, come to a conclusion that you want, the Hierophant, you want to grow in spiritually. You want to be able to, take the lead, Knight of Wands, maybe be a leader in your own field. The beat of your drum, not everyone else's. And to ensure that whatever it is you involve yourself in, you will need to, have, your heart in it. Otherwise, it's not going to be anything for you. It won't satisfy you. It won't be. It will jar with you. And this could be something, in your recent past where you've decided you weren't even valued or appreciated, with the Six of Pentacles. Perhaps there was a lack of appreciation in whichever situation, here, well, be linked with work, and you're moving on to something that, actually makes your heart sing, as opposed to makes you feel a bit, unappreciated. So, you perhaps obstacles, recent obstacles, you're realising it's just detours, heading you in the right direction. And that could be something where you might have felt, well, where do I go from here? I go where my heart leads me. I go where I can be a part of something where I'm appreciated, valued, and my heart is in it. My enthusiasm. Um, yeah, choose love no matter what. Ace of Cups here. It seems that you're only prepared to do the things that, you know, make you love what you're doing. You might have had to see beyond limits of fear recently. Maybe you were sitting in a place. Five Pentacles can also mean that you're giving up on something as well. Or you just don't feel you have the energy. It could be that you have just felt very depleted recently, and worried about, you know, moving into something different. Yeah, because perhaps your perceptions are being expanded to enable you to see what's your highest good. Knight of Wands, Hierophant. Cutting out toxic, what you know is not for your highest good. And this could be, a change in perception. Maybe perhaps you felt that you were going through the motions, just doing the same sort of habitually, and came to a realization that you don't have to sit in any situation, circumstance, job, relationship, whatever, social group, just because that's what you do, because that's what you're used to. You're thinking about your happiness, what makes you tick, where you can be putting your enthusiasm, your heart into it, not just going through the motions, which you might have been doing, and then becoming unstuck because you're just going through the same motions, not really changing direction or path, maybe because you're a bit worried about the direction in which you're going to go, not entirely sure about it. So, it's like the universe is forcing you to change direction. And you could be facing obstacles because you're feeling a little bit maybe stubborn about, or not even stubborn, but not believing or having enough faith that the help that will be coming to you is already there, and maybe you're just not trusting that. Summer. Yeah, 8. Yeah, because you've been looking for a more meaningful life, realising it's time to move on, and choosing to make major life changes, which is what you could have been feeling unsure about, but that it's necessary. And you also have Hermit, Virgo energy, number 9. 7, yeah. You might need a mentor at this time, Libra, someone who can help you, with the changes that you're going through. Spend some time focusing on what it is that you really want to do, what projects, job, work, family, social, romantic, all of those categories. Being reminded to make sure you take a break from, social events, society, the crazy world outside, and commit more to your spiritual growth, the Hierophant here. And 7 of Wands, putting that, understanding that you need to commit more to your spiritual growth, and regardless of, how how that appears, because appearances don't matter when it comes to you needing to spend time going within. Paying more attention to your spiritual growth will mean that you will likely have to detach from things that really aren't serving your highest good, and anything that is causing you stress or grief, and becoming therefore an obstacle. Now, so moving on from things that haven't really been serving you, or where you haven't been appreciated. Free winter. Yeah, because at the moment, because of this, you might be needing to reach out to others for comfort, support and love, but that seems to be coming in for you anyway, because you'll get stronger from this situation, which involves moving away from things that are not for your highest good. And loss, sadness heals with time. So if you're feeling a sense of loss, Libra, because you're walking away from a job or family or partner or whatever, there's always a sense of sadness. You can get sad just leaving a work situation that doesn't suit you anymore. As much as you might be happy to leave that, there's always the residual feelings of sadness, because it is time for you to move on, and that will heal with time, because there's better things ahead, Libra. Whatever you have to leave behind here, and there's a little bit of sadness in doing so, just with time, and probably by spring, which is very, very close around the corner, you'll start to feel a bit better. Yeah, because of all the hard work you've been doing, there is there is a brighter future that's manifesting for you. Any creative projects that you've been involved with, that they're probably going to get start working for you. Perhaps you've taken up a hobby that you can turn into business, or perhaps you're being noticed for some creative project you're doing, which is quite innovative and different, and that will bring you success. And other soul drivers coming in who can share their dreams with you. You're making great progress, Libra. Even though it might feel as if it's difficult, things are changing for you. You are making great progress through autumn, so make sure you follow your passion when it comes to your career. And you do have 7 of Wands, which is all about following your passion. 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands. This is passionate, fire energy, creative energy. Your drive, and make sure that be the best at what put your best foot forward, put your heart into it this time around, and it could be new, something new, that needs you to put your heart, your enthusiasm into the equation here. Yeah, be the best at what you do. Don't compromise. And also, you might be expecting some kind of you know, I don't know, compensation for you or for your creative talents. It could be, you know, by the end of the year, you know, things could be very different. If you're doing the work and working on anything that's taking some time to complete, don't stop, don't give up. You know, don't feel defeated because you have maybe had to deal with some obstacles. They are only detours pushing you in the right direction. So yeah, stand your ground in whatever it is that you're doing or saying or having to put forwards. Perhaps there's been a conflict here, and you know you need to stand your ground, or stand up to somebody even who, you know, might have tried to sort of dull your sparkle here, Libra. So stand your ground and see beyond the current situation. Sagittarius energy. Yeah, because this whatever this current situation will, you know, help you to grow. Your spirit animal is fox. Beautiful foxes. Yeah, and trust your talents during these changing times. So make sure you do, you know, trust your talents. You know, the fox is like a cat dog. You know, it's a canine by definition, but in behaviour, it's kind of more cat-like, independent. So focus on that. Perhaps, you know, you need to balance out your masculine and your feminine energy here. Foxes. You might have been seeing foxes as well recently, noticing foxes, which is a good omen. Or feed foxes. You could feed if you live in an area where, well, foxes live in urban and non-urban environments these days. So birthing new age, yeah. Yeah, birthing new creations, dreaming up a new world into being. So that's where you need to be more focusing on everything. You're trusting your talents in these changing times, because whatever it is you're creating and putting your energy in, your love into, putting your heart into, is going to pay off for you. But maybe you can't see it just yet. Yeah, and trust the niggle. What's that niggling feeling being trying to tell you? Probably to focus on your creative projects and, you know, anything else that you're involved in. To ask yourself whether it's for your highest good, whether, you know, it's making your heart sing, whether you feel you can invest, you know, with joy, with love, with your heart in it, with your heart in it here. Yeah, one, you have a special bond with animals, possibly, and your pets. Yeah, observe your pets, because they speak to us as well. So you might be noticing you have a special bond with animals. You know, they're protected and they're safe. So if you have pets, know that they're safe, they're protected. Any deceased animals that you might have had, that you might think about, especially if you have recently deceased pets, you know, then remember that they are also being cared for. You might want to do some research on spirit animals, on you know, meanings of you know, symbology of animals and what they mean and what represent, especially the fox. I'd look that up. Archangel Gabriel. So yeah, you have an important life purpose, which can involve communication. You have a lot of, you have the Eight of Wands up here, and the arts. So this could be why you might be diversifying or finding, or Libra, you know, most commonly you have artistic, you know, talents as a Libran, ruled by Venus. So this could be what you need to be tapping into more and more. Don't allow any of your insecurities to hold you back, because you're being helped by Archangel Gabriel. So don't give up, don't talk yourself out of, you know, continuing. Have off days. It's possible to have days when you don't feel particularly motivated in what you're doing, but try to keep focused, and, you know, perhaps involve other helpers to encourage you with it. So and you're being reminded that you have everything you need to face any obstacle, and that you are focused, and you are the architect of your own life. So, you know, while you're making decisions, changes in your life right now, you know, do them with discernment, and ask yourself if it's what you really enjoy doing, and how much, you know, satisfaction it brings, you know, how much it brings in altogether. Love, yeah, get some, give some, get some love, get some, give some. What would cheer your arse up? So you need to do a bit of work on your heart chakra, I should imagine here. You Titus, Titus, loosen the fuck up, control freaks don't get laid. So you know, focus on you. Focus on you. Don't be pouring your energy too much into too many other things as well. Make sure that you've got enough reserved. Reservation for you. Six of Pentacles can also indicate that you're being overgiving, or investing into things that aren't going to actually give you any kind of return in any way. So Diana, focused intention, yeah. Keep your unnerving thoughts, unwavering thoughts and feelings and actions focused on your target, and you'll make your mark. So, you know, don't try not to lose focus at this time. You might need to practice meditation, spend some more time out in nature, go for, you know, meditation walks, listen to your intuition more when it comes to making decisions, and don't allow too many people to get up in your ear about, you know, if you're changing direction, doing something differently, new. Don't, you know, maybe you need to keep it a little bit to yourself. Be careful about who you discuss things with, because, you know, naysayers, and, you know, you might have a really great idea, it's quite different, and, you know, people up in your ear telling you that it's not a possibility, or that you're wasting your time, or that kind of thing. So make sure you're spending enough time, you know, working on those projects, doing those things, so that you're not going to sort of lose that focus, even if, you know, it's a project or hobby that you can only commit, you know, a couple of hours a day to. You know, a couple of hours a day is better than no seconds, minutes, hours a day. Yeah, balancing your masculine and feminine energies is something you need to possibly do. And ametrine, purple stone, ametrine, will help you do that. So something to think about. Yeah, and also you're going to get some increased support. And this is something you could have been manifesting. A purple light is of a green stone, which we don't have here, similar to this. And yeah, you're going to have some increased support, which is possibly what you need at the moment, because you might need to delegate a little bit. And, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to others for support. And it could be there, but you kind of almost not really sure about it. Could be the thing as well. Yeah, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Yeah, discerning choices, making choices with discernment. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So you know, it's whatever you're doing at the moment, Libra, it's going to be sort of paying off. You might also be thinking of doing something outside of where you know your current vicinity as well. It could be that you're moving into a different direction, and that means, you know, out of where you're used to working, or where you're used to being, you know, slightly out of your vicinity, or taking a travel or taking a trip somewhere where you can have enough, where you can have a break, perhaps taking a trip where you can just reboot, recharge. You could have been going through so many shifts that's, you know, it's taking a toll. So many changes that's taking a bit of a toll on you in some way. And you know, it could be even a change in location might do you good. Or gathering inspiration from taking or getting out of your vicinity, going somewhere different, getting into another, you know, space, going to a different place to, you know, re-inspire you or reignite you in some way, because you could have, you know, lost a little bit of your enthusiasm along the way, while going through, you know, changing direction, starting new things. You know, a bit like having a foot in one world and a foot, you know, in another, and just being able to make that transition, and having to, you know, make some discerning choices as you do so, considering that going to a different location or experiencing a different environment for a period of time, short or long, will, you know, get your creative juices flowing again, make you feel more inspired, more give you a completely different perspective as well. And this could be something that you might have already been thinking about, or you're planning, or you know it's what you need to do. You may not have had a break for a while, and you know you're being nudged perhaps into that direction, or being offered something that will help you unwind, relax, refocus, see things differently, get a higher perspective or a better perspective on what you're doing, or just to experience something completely different to what you're used to, which will encourage you to have, you know, more, you know, love, or attract even more love in your life, make you feel more at peace as well. I'm going to ask again for another Angels and Ancestors card, please. Libra. Mother Earth, yeah. Feel loved and comforted. So this could be something that you're really needing to do, and it could be something you're needing to, you know, allow in. You might have felt really let out in the cold and needing to go somewhere. It seems linked with travel. Go somewhere where you feel loved and comforted, and that could be a place that's very different, maybe even culturally different, overseas, for you to, reconnect with the earth, reconnect with nature, feel grateful, for just the earthly things, the earth itself, nature, and all of its beauty. And allow yourself to feel, feel yourself again, because I think it looks, Libra, as if you've slightly lost your way here, and you need to regroup, and you need to have a clearer idea of what it is you really want. No longer putting up with toxic situations or work situations, life, love, family, whatever. You don't, you're moving away from that. You might be wanting to discover a new love for something, even something that you used to do that you would like to reconnect with, that brings you a great deal of joy, for example, and that could be something that you rediscover on a travel, or it could be traveling somewhere, or traveling more, that will make you feel more vital and more alive and more refreshed and renewed. And this might be something you're making a choice about right now, maybe even how to do it, or who to go with, or where to go. But I think you have an idea, Libra, of where it is you want to go, and this could be something, a plan here in the making, that, you would do your world good to change up your environment, go somewhere different, do something different, even with a different group of people. It doesn't, have to be, so, and also, remember that you're the best thing that ever happened to you. Go easy on your elves and buy your own damn drink. So, there's something else you need to possibly do, is to, get out, reconnect with people, go to some different location you've never been to before. Do so, take a risk there, do something, and enjoy the experience, and make that, almost like your main point of focus, to fully enjoy a completely different experience here. Anyway, Libra, I'm gonna leave it there. Take care. Sending you lots of love, and see you in the next Libra read. Bye.